And I don't think we can avoid that, because that's the direction we're headed in. I'm assuming we're just going to drop down here, and we're off. What happened here? This doesn't look good at all. Isn't that an Agnian Levnus? What's that doing in a place like this? That's not a safe thing to have in a Kevis colony, even if it doesn't seem to be working anymore. No fear, I got permission from Borealis, all proper like. So then, have you all worked it out yet? Sorry, but can we pause for a second? Who even are you? Oh, what a social blunder. I'm Ymir, from the maintenance and development team. Now that's out of the way, where was I? This guy barely even stops for breath. What I wanted to say concerns the Agnian Levnus over here. Here's my question. What do you think makes the difference between Kivesi and Agnian Levnuses? They have different color schemes? Correct, but also incorrect. Pick one, mate. The right answer is their legs. Legs. I didn't know there was any difference. You see, Agnian Levnuses come with a hover ability assembly as a standard feature. In other words, they can float. Yes, that's true, now that you mention it. Now, this goes without saying, but the weight of a Levnus airframe is considerable. Additionally, they have to carry heavy armaments, therefore you'd think it's crucial they're built with sturdy legs. However, not so with the Agnian ones. They don't even have legs, and when they do, they're terribly spindly. Aren't you just saying that Agnian Levnuses are functionally better? Though I loathe to admit it, the Kivesi Levnuses truly play a second fiddle to the Agnian ones in this one regard. That's why I made a request to the tactician squad that we see some proper Agnian Levnuses. I see. So you're basically using the Levnus as a subject for your research. Exactly, but the seizure operation was rather violent, so a lot of parts got damaged, and now it's almost junk. So my dreams of unraveling the mysterious Agnian technology is still miles away. So I thought I would ask you, please help my dream become a reality. I would greatly appreciate your cooperation. Why are you asking us? Why not engineers or anything? What good would we do? No fear, it's rather simple, actually. Long story short, I need more Agnian Levnus' material to run tests on. You don't even need to try and catch one. Just defeat Levnuses and bring me back the parts. Pretty please? By parts, you mean literally anything? Yes, I will inspect the parts myself. All I have to do is destroy the Levnuses with the wild abandon and nab me the pieces. That's what you have to do, not I. You're reading it incorrectly. Oh, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but I only have need of Agnian parts. Please don't forget. Yes, we gathered that already. We'll bring some back for you. What a strange quest. They said that he talked without taking a breath, so I just talked as quickly as I could. Apparently, I have all the items. You've kept me waiting. How's progress? Oh, I see how this works. Okay, well, we'll see how much this gains us. 5%. 5%. 5%. 5%. 5%. Okay. Well, we don't have nearly enough. I'm gonna have to go fight some more Agnian Levnuses. I'd prefer quality over quantity when you're picking up these parts. Good quality samples will speed up my inspection after all. Now then, go out there. I'm counting on you. He does talk rather fast, doesn't he? I don't really want to track that quest right now. I am kind of curious to see what this new one is that popped in right down here. That could be interesting. That's like one part of the map I haven't explored. That's like the only part of the map I haven't explored in this region, is whatever's happening right here. So I should probably go do that. I guess I might as well do that now before I head back to that other region I said we were going to explore. We'll do it from the arch, although this is underneath where we need to be. And maybe I should have paid more attention to whether or not there was a fast travel point higher, or at least back here. The unobtrusive Liggy. Okay. That's at least going to put us up top. Oh, actually, no, I know where we are. We're too high now. That is unfortunate. I think we're too high. Can we survive this fall? I think we can if we take it in short little bursts. There we go. I mean, that did mean we had to listen to that 3 times. So it's just the area to either side of this canyon. I don't think we're going to find anything life-changing out here, but I suppose we can go ahead and just make sure we fill in all the blank spots. Again, once we've explored and found everything there is to find in a region, like every landmark, it should automatically fill in all these spots, but like I've said before, some of the landmarks, there's so many of them, and some of them are so abstract and random that I think it is actually perfectly possible that you might just miss them in a tiny little space of blackness, and you're trying to figure out why the map hasn't filled in, and you go to that one tiny space, and it's like, aha! You found everything on the map! But it's like, at that point, well, of course I have. I've manually filled it all in! What good has this done me? I didn't realize that that was how 1 worked, where you had to find every place and then would fill in the map. Or I guess I should say Definitive Edition. That's how DE works, because I'd never played it before. And I remember, I think the 4th or 5th region I went to in that game, that happened, and I was like, oh, I don't have to zigzag around the entire map. That is unnecessary. That is good to know. So what's the story here? What could possibly be the story here with a drop out of the sky? And why did it just now appear? It hasn't been here before. Okay, go do your thing. Sooner you finish, sooner we go home. There's nothing stopping you from helping too, Captain. Oh, is that what you want? Is that what give me strength! You're a 10th termer, for spark's sake! How can you be so... hey, what's going on? We were looking to pick up the supply drop. Looks like you beat us to it. Oh, we knew it'd fall here. My iris gives good forecasts on pretty much anything. You know, like meeting you again, like here, like this. It was meant to be. Excuse me. You need to have a handle on what each colony has in its possession, and what is requested from the castle. Take into account how hot the fighting is in each region, learn the lay of the land, and you can infer the good drop-off points. You're very well informed. Our intelligence is unmatched. I find that somewhat hard to believe. Looks like we got ourselves a doubter. You'll come round, Scruff. Scruff? We've got a few other drop-off points on our radar, at 3 Heroes Peak and Namba Mound. Pick your poison. And why the snuff do we have to go round running your errands for? It's tempting. I had planned to verify the accuracy of Colony Iota's information anyway. You out of your mind? Hey, we're not strapped for resources. Just bring back what you find to the colony and that'll be swell. As you can see, he's lacking motivation at the moment. Pissing about like this as a 10th termer, he's setting a terrible example for the new recruits. Hey, if ever there was a better time for me to piss about, it's now. It's just clicked one day. Suddenly started wondering if this is really how I want to go out, you know? I see. He wants to have more fun. He wants to challenge his potential. Probably that one. You want to have more fun, is that it? Bingo! You got me, Mio. Let's make out. Oh, are you free later? We should talk more. One-on-one. Oh my gosh, that's exactly where he went with that. What? They had to block out the violence? Too bad you aren't free later, Captain, because you're busy, aren't you? Oof, Casper, right in the gut. They really landed in the drop points. We'll report to Colony Iota when we're done. Apologies for everything. Thanks for this. Cool. Finite time. One question I have is that... Oh, okay, it went away. We've been everywhere, right? I mean, okay, alright, you know what? I guess, like, right here, along this Rager's Edge, we'll fill this in, or we'll fill it in, rather. F-I-L-L, not F-E-E-L. Oh, is that a cave? Okay, maybe we've not been in... If that's a cave, it could just be a dark spot on the rock. But if it's a cave, then sure. But if not, then that means we've seen everything. We've been to every corner of this map. We've seen it all. How is it that it hasn't been completed yet? What little tiny region are we missing? Also, yeah, that's not a cave. It's just a dark spot on the wall. I'm gonna hop up here and just verify. Definitely not a cave. Rip in pieces. Open up the map. Have a good, long, hard look at this. What is missing? Wonder Sphere? Okay, I guess I haven't been inside of the Wonder Sphere. Whatever that is. Oh, that little tip of the map, that's nothing. There's not going to be anything there. There's not going to be anything right over here. Come on now. We've been everywhere around here, and yet the map's not filled in yet. Why? Give me a moment. I need to see what the Wonder Sphere is. I'm going to just check that out real quick. This is it? This is the Wonder Sphere? What's so wonderful about it? It's just the site of an annihilation event, clearly. Alright, well, we've explored the Wonder Sphere. I guess now we need to decide on either going here, which is really close to there, or here, which is really far from there. Maybe I've missed something on one of these points on the map. I don't know. It seems unlikely. It seems so unlikely. I thoroughly explored this desert region. I guess we'll go to this one for no reason other than the fact that it's further away and therefore seems more intriguing and interesting. Maybe something will happen. Most of the time I've spent in this desert was spent off camera on a vacation that we're now weeks away from and that I terribly miss because that was a good time. Trust me, you're not missing much. The Denag Desert, I don't even understand how it exists here. Spoilers for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Torna the Golden Country. Torna is destroyed at the end of that game. It's gone, and you see the wrecked ruins of it. And 2, you're right? Like at the end of Torna it's destroyed, and then in 2 you go to the dead Titan's rotting corpse at the bottom of the world in Morithia. So it makes me ask, in Morithia, Mauritania? That's from RuneScape. Anyway, as I was saying, there's nothing left there, right? It's gone. So why is it here? Unless it came back at the end of 2 when the world was reforged? Because it's the Denag Desert, or was it just named after that? Did someone look at this and think, Denag Desert? That's what this place looks like. We'll call it that. We got this. We got this whole region over here where this big guy is. And I suppose it's possible that maybe this is a region. Please stop. That thing's like level 87. So even at max level, it would present a bit of a threat to us. But look, we've come down here. It's very clearly not filling in any blanks on the map. This is gonna be it. We're gonna run over here to this corner and it's gonna be like, ah, the Crag of Doom. You've located it. It's the final region. I could just Google this. I don't feel like looking at a map at this point. When I've explored this much of a region, what big surprises are left to me? I'm not gonna find another colony out here or anything like that. You know, that's not gonna happen. We're well past that at this point. Alright, where are you? Hello, Feely. I don't know where Keely is. Where's Biffer, Boffer, Bomber, Tom Bombadil? He wasn't one of the dwarfs. He just lived in the woods. You hand over the extra provisions. Right! I think we're good here. Satisfied that we're as good as we say now, Scruff? I have a name. Take care of that, Commander Tyon. Afraid I won't be able to grace you with my presence anymore. Your time's up. I did think it was odd. It's not just about the time you've got left. You mean to leave, don't you? Yeesh, you're too perceptive, Commander. You got me. What? I haven't heard anything about this. Yeah, I just made up my mind. Figured I'd try Colony 30. Bet there's never a dull moment with all these Nopon around. I want to party like a pawn, at least once before I go. Thanks for the inspiration, Mio. Is this such a good idea? If you leave now, it means goodbye, once and for all. But you're going to leave anyway. Look, Colony Ode is fantastic. Really. You value and reward hard work. But you know what? Maybe I'm the person who should judge the value of my life. Dang, son! Well, color me speechless. You'll be okay, Lexi. I know it'll be tough without me. You'll survive. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Is that the weight off for you? Is that a weight off for you? Be honest. I've always suspected, but now I know for certain. Our captain is an imbecile. Ouch, that cuts deep, man. Not that you're wrong. Take over your duties. You go ahead and live out your days the way you want to. Keep smiling to the end. Yeah, I think I can manage that, mate. Well, I'm going to head off before things get depressing. Take care. Thank you, Feely, for everything. The "you finished the quest" sound effect does not fit the somber tone of a lot of these quests. You know what I mean? Okay, as much as I would like to hang out in this desert and be just confused as all heck as to what exactly I'm missing in said desert, we're going back to the Pintalis region, and we're going to go to maybe right here. We're going to start exploring all of this, because I think we missed some stuff. Okay, so we have to somehow figure out how to get up there. And if we have a look at the map, maybe we zip down, come up, and then go across. That's got to be how you do it. All right. Yeah, no, we've already worked this out. We're geniuses. We got to get down there, too. There's a bunch of corpses down there. Got to figure that out. Okay, well, this was actually very easy. Just to walk past some monkeys, climb down some purple vines. All very straightforward things. Is that really all that was down here, though? I think that was all that was down here. Just some husks. No other reason for this area to exist. This will be it. This is the secret vine that we'd never crossed before that's going to take us to a wonderful new world full of mysterious locales and never-before-seen wonders. Or, you know, like a couple of treasure chests and a unique monster. See, I could zip down there and grab that, but then I'd have to go that whole convoluted way back around to get here again. So we're going to keep going until hopefully we find a campsite, a unique monster we can kill, and then we can fast travel back to their grave. Anything that means we don't have to go on that whole roundabout all over again to get here. Because that's a time sink. And that's what separates the beginners from the pros. A pro knows to look for that fast travel point. What is it? What am I getting a load of, sir? Where did you even go?
We should be able to climb up with that.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you for pointing that. I actually had not seen the bright purple vines on the... I don't know where I would be without you, Lance. I'd probably still be back in Colony 9, if we're all being honest, or Colony 6, or wherever the heck we started this adventure. I'd probably be standing around, just doing my whole toot and flute nonsense, or I might be dead, actually, without Lance. I think canonically we would be dead. Presumably we'd have another big friend in his place. What if it was Mwamba? Mwamba died. Mwamba sucked. So if we had, like, Mwamba in place of Lance, yeah, we'd be dead. The world would be doomed. The cycle would be completing, I don't want to say indefinitely, because probably not. Eventually someone else would rise up. You know, eventually. I feel like this is one of those things that just repeats indefinitely. Also, what the heck? Where are we? Wait, where are we relative to the... Oh, we're coming up behind the waterfall! Finally! After all this time, we found the Great Waterfall Passage that was spoken of in the legends. It doesn't have any sort of landmarker, though. It doesn't have any sort of region. There it is! Caught Fountain. Cannot believe that worked. It could just skip. I mean, of course I believe that it worked. That's probably how the developers intended you to get. up here was by jumping up against that. Yeah, look down there. Wow. We did it. It's just another situation where I'm like, okay, what left is there on the map to discover? Probably something over here. Probably something on top of this or something like that. Maybe I should just look it up and see if I can find all the different regions on a map and then just be done with it. Are these two separate enemies, or is this like a pair of enemies that have to be defeated together? Because we're gonna do it. What is that targeting symbol? Oh! Oh, wait, does that mean that when we defeat this thing, we're gonna get some sort of a bonus for lands? Is that what that means? Is that what we needed in our party this entire time, was someone with that, what is it called? I've already forgotten what it's called. The class! I don't know why my brain broke on the word class, but it did. I guess this is the moment we find out whether or not a chain attack is gonna deal damage to both of them. Wow, that's actually really helpful. So if you have a bunch of downed party members, you have a 90% chance of reviving them so they can participate in the chain attack. It's not useful for us right now, but it's a cool ability. So that's one of them defeated. Presumably, these are like a pair, a duo? So we're only gonna get one, like, grave, I guess? Jeth! And we got another soul-hacked double slap! Dude! Aquatic Beasts. Yeah, that's the name of the grave. It's a twofer. It's a twofer. That's nuts. Aquatic Beasts. Fun. So I suppose having the old sea captain, whatever his face names was, whatever. Having him in our party the entire time was useless. We actually needed to have one of our characters with the class applied. Please, for the love of all things. And that's good, so we made some progress there. I'm really not comfortable with this at all.
This is something decent,
the fact that she makes that noise every freaking time as well. Watch. We didn't really spend any time at all down here, just judging by the fact that we haven't actually thoroughly, fully explored this little town. I mean, we just fast travel right in on a container. That's a problem. This is a location. The head of the Piranhas is a location. Love that. But see, that's what I mean, though. Like, that's such an abstract thing to have as an official map location that it makes you wonder what other little locations like that are missing on the map that are just in plain sight, that are on the map, you just haven't actually gotten into that area. Like, see what I mean? That's two different locations we've discovered, one on top of and one below. Now that I think about it, do we ever indulge in the delicious cuisine of this region? Have we ever feasted upon the ever-delicate Mactha Evergreens, granting an enemy drop rate of 30%? Not something we really want boosted, but we should get a useful, interesting recipe out of it.
Hey, wanna see me try?
Yeah, we got well-dressed Mactha salad. I'm at a point now where I don't know where else to find all of these other colonies. I feel like everything has been thoroughly searched, and there are no regions left that I even question. I've been to every nook and cranny. I've been to every near and far off corner of the map. There's nothing left to find in these places. And yet, clearly there are. Like, I guess whatever's going on here I haven't actually found yet. Maybe we need to go to the upper area and then drop in there from above? That seems silly, doesn't it?
August 28th, a date that will go down in history. August 28th was the last day that I played Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I didn't get bored with the game, and in fact, when I stopped playing it that day, I didn't realize I wouldn't be going back to it. I just decided that I needed to take a pause and work on editing the boatload of footage that I had recorded. At that point, the video you just watched, when I edited it, or when I recorded it, I had only edited up to episode 9 of this series. Now, I was confident that within a couple of weeks, I would have all that footage finished. And then we had the release, maybe you've heard of it, a little mod pack called Tekkit 2. Of course I wanted to cover that because I'm the Tekkit guy. I've done all the Tekkit mod packs up until now. What I was not anticipating was how popular that series would be and how much of my time I would end up dedicating to it, to the point where here we are in almost December and I'm just now finishing. I hope you've enjoyed today, by the way, this blowout of videos. I intentionally released them while unchecking the box that publishes them to your feeds and gives you notifications, because I didn't want to spam everyone with this content. I figured, the dozen or so people that like the Xenoblade videos will eventually find them anyway, regardless of whether or not they're published to their feeds and whether or not they get notifications. And I didn't want to flood everyone else, so I did the first one, episode 40, and then this one are going to be the only two that actually send out notifications. This was an important thing for me to do because over the last 2 weeks, in order to try to catch up, because I want to play more Xenoblade, but I decided I wouldn't until I caught up on this backlog of footage. And so I've been releasing a Xenoblade video every day along with another piece of content, and the problem is that seems to have dragged down the analytics and sort of stopped channel growth, because there's a video coming out and it's not usually something that a lot of people like. The Xenoblade videos aren't the most popular on the channel, but then 4 hours later a different video comes out, and I think it's just caused some weird issues. So I figured today we'll get them all out there so that starting next week, or technically next month, starting in December, when you see the next Xenoblade video, it'll be new. I'm recording it today. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to sit back there and record it. It's going to be great. And it's going to be released as its own video. We're not doing 2 videos a day anymore. Thank goodness. That was unsustainable. The only reason I decided to do it was because I knew that there was a limited amount of Xenoblade footage. And I was like, okay, I would never do indefinitely 2 videos a day, but 2 videos a day until we get through the Xenoblade content. Like, I can dedicate myself to that. And I did, and I think it's worked out. This footage has been a bit messy. I think I realized during the editing that as soon as I was done with the story and that focus was gone, I just went everywhere and didn't really dedicate myself to anything. And that made editing these hard. It made finding where to start and end episodes hard, because I was like, what is the story being told here? I start in one place doing one thing and I end in one place doing something completely different, and the two are not related. What was I thinking? I'm going to have a bit more focus in future episodes. There's one thing in particular, possible spoilers for next time. I noticed that in the end credit sequence as I was editing it, adult Ethel is there, and not only was she not back yet when we did the end of the story, when we got her back in the next episode, I think it was, she's a child, and she's with Boliaris. And Boliaris has a quest for us, and I have a suspicion those two things are linked. So I think that's what we're going to focus on next time. But episodes will have a focus now. I won't just be running around random parts of the map and talking about nonsense. I'll be focusing on quests and heroes and stories and seeing them through. Thank you folks for watching. Thank you for supporting the series. I'm gonna go record some more now. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.